Alright guys, welcome back. Couple days of work, we're back at it. It's almost noon, but I'll show you what we did this morning. We've been actually going for a walk once in a while now that Shannon's feeling better, and it helps her do a little bit of therapy and just kind of walk it off, loosen up for the day. But we'll get back to these rafters, just setting up the saw table and everything. But what we wanted to do is get our heater in, and they gave us the wrong one, so we're gonna have to take one of them back. But we do have the bathroom one to put up, so we were gonna put this one in the bedroom up, but instead we put up these lights here in the closet. Let's see if you can see them. One, two. So that lights up the closet. It doesn't show very good on now that the sun's coming in this back window to the bedroom and stuff, but it looks pretty good. So again, that's where our stackable washer and dryer will go, right in the middle of this closet. And we got plenty of space for me on one side and Shannon on the other. And we'll design those closets at some other point. But right now it's just more of getting what we need to get done priority wise this year. So anyway, the heater was gonna go over this window right here. There's the wire right up there. And it's a 240 volt, and we want 120 volt only heaters. So we got to take that one back. I'll call him here shortly. So what we did is, the weather has changed this week a little, and they're expecting some thunderstorms in the afternoons. Could get hit, could not, but we're going to set it up so that if we have a rain project, if it's raining outside, we'll come in here and we'll finish up the bathroom. We got to hang a light over the sink there, put the heater in above that window. What else was there? Oh, there's some touch-up paint to go over in this. This is like a sea foam green. It doesn't show up on the phone very well, but we just got to touch up that back wall we didn't get to, so we'll finish that up. But we'll wait for rain. If it rains, we'll come in and do that. So that's the theme this week, is inside projects and outside projects. So I'd like to get this porch done, so if the weather holds off, we'll get the rest of these rafters up, and let's go. Let's get All right, guys, it's the next day. Shannon and I got about 3/4 of the way, and she's at PT now, and she's gonna pick up the rest of the rafters. So I'm doing mark out or layout right now. So every 2 feet. Right here. And a couple more down there. All right. Yesterday afternoon, I also put joist hangers on the joist. You can't see them. They're on one side. They're different than what I was going to get, but they work just the same, but they just go on the inner where the rafter meets the ledger board. I'll show you when I get down and stuff. And then of course the hurricane ties, I'll show you those here. So I started putting the hurricane ties on. I just started with every other one. It was getting late, and I just wanted something to keep those down. We were due to get a couple of storms yesterday, but it actually passed by us. Got some of the valley, but not us. And then the rafter hangers I'm putting on every other one. Right there. And that's in the corners. All the rafters are in except for the two end overhangs that create that overhang. We got to do those. We'll frame those in on each side tomorrow, and then I got to cut. Just like if you remember the video in Tennessee, after I put the joists across the floor of the deck, I snapped a chalk line along all these, and so all these joists got to get cut at the same angle. They got to get a plumb cut so they're straight up and down, and then we put a fascia board across there, and we're ready to start roofing then. And then sheeting too. That's a big job, but tomorrow at least I'm going to try to get to that and the two overhangs tomorrow. But all the joists are in now and blocking, and it actually turned out pretty good, nice and level. We've put a 6 foot level all the way across as we were going, and it seems to be doing pretty good, and it looks good to the eye too when you look down it. So, all right, guys, I made chalk line along all these rafter tails where I want to cut them. Then take your speed square, make your line down so it's a nice plumb cut, and your fascia board will go right on the ends of those then all the way down. So that's what I'm doing next. And then we're thought we'd split and break up, and Shannon is, let's see, the fan grill is in. That box has got to get, I thought we could keep it there with the light bar, but the light bar needs to be put in the middle. So we're gonna move that one. And then the heater, the wire was over here, and it's supposed to be over where Shannon is right now. So we just took a patch out of the wall. We'll fill it in, you'll never see it, but get that bathroom heater up too. All right, guys, that's done. It came out pretty good. I like pretty straight as an arrow as far as I can see. So what I did is just took that chalk line mark that I had across the top, and this time, because it's an angle cut, you can't just take your speed square and draw a line straight down. I took my little torpedo level and just put that on the chalk line and made sure the bubble was right in the middle, and boom, made my line down, cut it onto the next one. So and what I didn't show you is about from here on, we used Shannon's pickup truck and parked it along there, and I had the ladder in the back of her pickup, and that got me up more than enough to get all the way. So that was a good idea on that one. Looks good. Next I gotta work tomorrow, but Sunday maybe we'll bring those 2 foot out. The roof has to come out 2 feet on each side just to mimic this side and the other side of the house. Then we can sheet it, put the metal on. All right, morning guys. We are, let's see, Shannon's actually cleaning up the washer and dryer that we've had stored in the barn. We got a couple friends, she mentioned it to somebody, and they're gonna come over and actually help us move those, because Shannon obviously is in no shape to move washers and dryers, obviously, and so they offered to come over. So I think we're gonna do that today and start hooking those up. I'm also working on the overhang for the roof, and that'll be step down and show you real quick. Again, I'm gonna mimic that overhang on that side and create it on here, and then with the fascia board coming across the front here, we can start preparing to sheathe that roof and stuff. So I don't think it'll take us that long. I have a guy at work that's gonna help us with the siding. He has some good construction experience and knows what to do, and can between him and I doing this, he's going to give me a couple of days at least, and we'll see where we get on the siding, and that'll start in a week or so. I think what I'm going to do is, you guys can comment on this, but I'm going to surprise you with our color scheme and just start putting the siding up. It is all delivered here. I got we got a pallet, like a half here, half in the back, and then miscellaneous trim and other stuff right here. So we're ready to get going on this. And then yeah, I'm gonna create that also, that side over here, the overhang mimicked that one on this end, and that's what I'm hoping to get as much of that done today as I can, with that fascia board that'll come across all my rafters and tie those together. And Shannon's busy cleaning up the washer and dryer, dusting it off, cleaning it out, blowing it out, getting any bugs or anything, because it's been stored for a couple of years. So we're gonna get after it. All right. Morning, guys. Couple more days of work, and now we're back at it. Let's see if you can see that. Sorry. There's the siding we're going to start on Saturday, one of the packages. I think we're going to start on this side, this wall, this gable end that looks to the east. But we got a couple of things to do in the next couple of days. Today's Thursday, so one more quick thing is the washer and dryer is in place. I got to hook it up, the hoses and stuff, but we're ready to go. I think this afternoon we're going to try to load a wash through here and just see how everything runs. These have been stored in the garage, in the barn, for a couple of years now, and Shannon cleaned them all up. Took the compressor, blew out any dust in and around. No sign of mice that were in there or anything like that. So we think we're pretty good. Probably run a little vinegar through it at first, but we'll see. But yeah, there's lots of little things. We're moving into the house now, so that's a good thing. A friend comes by and we say, let's just grab this while he's here and move these in real quick. So that always helps. So if you hear a little chatter on the floor, that's just Lefty and Pancho. They're in here. Where's Pancho? He's in here somewhere. But they're getting used to this house too. They know coming out of the RV, just come right up to the house. So, all right, we're gonna get after this porch. I think what we're gonna do is, we got a pallet out here of the siding stuff that has a little bit of everything, and we just wanna make sure everything's here before we start on Saturday. So I think we're gonna unpack that and put those in their spots where they're gonna go, so Saturday morning we are ready to roll. So, and then we'll get back on the porch roof. All right guys, I know I came out this morning and said what we were gonna get done. Well, one of those days, so we've been back and forth on the phone. We're missing flashing. I have a guy coming over to help me on Saturday start siding the house, so we wanted to inventory everything and just make sure it's all there. Which, when the truck driver dropped it off, said the flashing is usually tucked in there so it doesn't bend. Well, we didn't see it, so phone call after phone call getting back to us, and all day long they've ordered us some more flashing. So that probably means Saturday won't be siding day, but there's more than enough to do, because as it turns out, I made a rookie mistake on cutting these, and what had happened is I took a measurement off my beam, and my beam, totally forgot that beam is wavy, and so when looking out, it did make our end of our rafters wavy, so that didn't look good at all when we put a string line on. So I had to get up there and recut just about every one of them, just take a little off of here and skip one and then another one and so on. So that took a while. All right, guys, different day, much better mood. Just got that 16-foot fascia board up, and gave you a little bit of a fast take of how I did it. I just screwed that 2x4 coming out this way and put it up on that side, brought it over here and lifted it up that ladder and screwed it in on that side, and then now I'm just attaching it to every rafter so it's good and tight. It's level, plus what you always want to do is put your speed square coming down your rafters, and not that fascia board's got to stick a little lower because your sheet of OSB otherwise would want to bend up when it hits the fascia board, because that's a 2x piece of wood and it kind of blocks it from going right over the top and stuff. So you always make sure you're just about that much lower than the top of your rafter, and it's usually good enough at that angle. So yep, and then I'll continue with a couple more boards and get this fascia finished, and then I got to do the that overhang right here on the other side, and then we're just about ready to roof. I could roof it or put at the top of the posts, I'm gonna put those 4x4 angles like that, and that'll just strengthen this whole deck from moving this way and that way. But it's pretty tight right now. I've been up and down with ladders and feel pretty comfortable, but it's different when you get the sheeting up there and you're up on the roof. So I may do a few of those first, so we'll see how it goes. And we're still The siding definitely won't start on Saturday. We did find out they missed the Z flashing. It's reordered. Should be here next week, so hopefully next week we start the siding. All right. Ended up just getting that fascia on and decided before I put any more up, I wanted to come down and do this overhang here. Which took me a while. Shannon's back was bothering her today, so she didn't do a lot. She held the ladder on a couple of occasions here, but I got that 2-foot overhang now. So everything's ready. Just put that fascia board up and I can start sheeting it. I have a guy coming to help, a guy from work tomorrow, so I think what I'll do is switch to siding, because we've been on the phone a couple times with Home Depot and the sales rep for Diamond Coat siding, and they found our stuff at about 4 o'clock this afternoon at Home Depot, so they're sending it on a truck tomorrow. So we can get going, start putting lines up tomorrow, start putting our band that goes, almost continues that band from the porch. It goes around the house all the way around to this side, and then the siding will start going up 10 feet all the way around. And so we might do that, because the flashing that was missing is right after we put this band board up. We got to put a piece of metal across it so that water sheds out of there and doesn't get behind it and stuff. So that's the first business, but maybe we'll start there. Maybe we'll do the porch, continue the porch. I was gonna continue the porch tomorrow because the siding wasn't going to be here, so we'll see what happens. All right guys, the end of a long day. I think I'm going to end the video here because I talked to my buddy. He's going to be here at 8:30 tomorrow, a guy I work with, to help me. And I don't, when somebody helps and takes their time, I don't want to stop and say I got to shoot a video and all this stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is just see where we get tomorrow, and then I got to work after that for a few days. So I'm going to stop and end this video here. The porch is really coming along. The roof is super strong now. When you go up there, you don't feel any movement. I'm still going to put those ties on, but I can put a couple on to get up on that roof and sheet it, and then do the rest later. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We'll see you on the next one, guys. It's going to start happening really fast now, because this will have a roof on it. Behind me, you'll never see this Lowe's Tyvek paper anymore, hopefully soon. And you'll start seeing some nice colors coming in and on this house and stuff. And then Shannon, when she still is up to it, has been doing a lot of painting on the inside, and we still have those heaters going up.